Change. That word can have many different emotions to different people. For some people, when they hear the word change, it freaks them out. They don't like change. They like knowing exactly how things are all the time. They don't want anything to change whatsoever. They like the predictability. For others, they want to change things up all the time, and they're constantly living in a state of change, and it excites them. Either way, there's a few steps that I take whenever I'm embracing change. That's on my call, that's just in life, and it happens through a series of events, kids getting older, projects change, whatever the case is, change is inevitable, we know that. And there's a couple things that I want to share with you that help me whenever I'm going through any type of change and elevation in order for me to have the right mentality when I'm taking these challenges on. First and foremost is understanding that just identify and respect change. That's the first thing I do. Say, hey, you know what? I accept this. This is normal. Change is part of growth. And I'm going to identify the challenge is ahead. See, that's one of the biggest things that we want to do is that we just want to identify. We don't want to put all of our energy and say, oh, this is bad. This is tough. Just take it for what it is and say, I'm identifying this challenge. I'm not going to put all of my energy and focus into this being good or bad. I'm just going to focus on calling it what it is. The second thing what allows me to do is then find and focus my energy on the solution. See, I want to identify and call it out what the challenge is, but then I want to focus all of my energy on the solution. Now that this change is happening, whether you're moving away, moving to a new neighborhood, moving new jobs, being in a new relationship, starting a fitness program, you're changing something in your life, these are tried and true and tested that I take the same formula to all things. I want to find the solutions. What's the best case scenario? What's the best way that I can use this to my advantage to grow and adapt and learn in a big way? From then, I'm going to go to number 3. I'm going to make a list of all the resources that are going to help aid in that solution. What are all the ways, the people, the books, the success stories, all things that I can find resources to that are going to help me find and make sure that my solution to that change is on the right track. See, there's a big saying. It's not that we don't have enough resources, it's that we're not resourceful. And that's the biggest thing that I've learned is that saying, I've got to be resourceful in my journey to find the right solution. Then, as I'm going through this process, I want to really increase and heighten my sense of awareness. That's going to come through a lot of introspection. That's going to come from controlling the conversations within and making sure they don't go all over the place. This is the way things used to be. I just wish the things how they were. All that type of stuff will leave us living in the past, and it never gives the future any possibility or potential of being a new evolution or elevation in our lives. And that's ultimately what we want anytime we're embracing this. Number 5 is adapt when needed. Now, when you're on this journey, downloading this software that's saying, hey, no matter what, as I'm going through this, even though I have the solution, I have these resources, I will download this growth mindset, not a fixed mindset, that says when things happen, when there's challenges, when there's obstacles, which there will be always with challenges and changes, is that I'm going to be open and willing to adapt when these curveballs come at me. And the last thing, which I think is probably one of the most important things that helps me learn from history, understand where I was in these certain points of my life, is that making notes when these big changes happen. How was I feeling? What was I going through? What were some of the obstacles I was facing? Who was there to support me? Who can I reach out to? See, people come into your life for different phases based on whatever you're going through. There may be some people in your life that you spend a lot of time with when you're going through adversity and challenges, but then when things are going well, maybe you don't spend as much time with them. And there's people that you spend more time with that aren't really the ones that you need for the adversity points in your life. Making notes of all these things, of your emotions, of how you're feeling in all these scenarios are extremely critical. Remember this, change is inevitable. Change is part of the growth process. Change is how we elevate, change is how we grow, but it is all in our interpretation and our relationship when that happens. So I encourage you, go through those steps, make those lists, get connected, change the mentality, and then you will change whatever situation you're in. Remember, success is an inside job to living healthy and happy. Embrace the change.